Hey everybody, this is your sales director, Rebecca Hernisen, and I wanted to make this video to be placed on our site so that you guys would have some specific training on the flip chart. One of the things that I love about Mary Kay and the most recent added benefit to the starter kit is this amazing flip chart. When I started my business 22 years ago, we had a flip chart. And then we went through a season where we did not have a flip chart, and I was kind of lost, and I felt like consultants were literally lost without one. And so when they brought this back a year ago, I was like, whoa, all right, because I believe it is truly your guide, one of your guides for success in your business, because it is your guide for your parties. And I believe that you, as a consultant in Mary Kay, as one of your avenues of income for business and for success, is for you to see faces, to make money, to then have future business. And so this is the best tool that you could possibly use. I've talked to other directors, some that use it on a regular basis, some that don't. And I want you, as a brand new consultant or as a seasoned consultant in the high flyer unit, to realize the importance of this tool. It is a tool for your business, and it will bring you success. So I felt that it was important to do just a video on how to use the flip chart. And you might go, really, Rebecca? Like, really, why do that? And my good friend Jess, who's actually videoing this, who's in our unit, a consultant, took time one day to just say, Rebecca, I need some help. I need some training on the flip chart. And we sat down one afternoon and just went through it. She says, show me how you do your flip chart. And she said, you need to share this. And I was like, really? And it was kind of like the next step. Like before I started doing next steps, I didn't realize people needed to know the importance of what a next step is. As a consultant, I was in Mary Kay for a year as a director before I started doing next steps. And I had a really good consultant named Kristen who said, Rebecca, you need to do next steps. And so I started doing next steps. So it's just kind of like that. When you as a director, you learn things that you need to do. And so that's why this has been created. In case you're wondering, like, what is the flip chart training? So what I'm going to do, I want you to grab your flip chart. All right, grab your flip chart, because what you're going to do is we're going to go through it together. And this could take a half an hour. I'm not even sure how long this is going to take, but it could take a half an hour. We'll know at the end, and then we'll make sure that we date how long this is going to take. Like, we're going to report how long it takes. But you're going to know that this training is going to be important for you, valuable for you. So grab a highlighter, and I want you to grab a pen. And you're going to sit there and you're going to fill in for each page, because I'm going to go through each page and I'm going to tell you kind of what I say. I'm not going to read verbatim each page on the flip chart. Okay, so we're not going to go through, and I'm not going to show you how I do a party, because eventually I'm going to do a skincare class party for you, and it will be videoed, and then you'll get to see how I put this in action. But I feel for you, even like I said, as a new consultant, for you to watch this, for you to gain knowledge, I think right away as a brand new consultant, it's key. And Jess has been with me for a number of years, and she's saying, haha, I should have done this right away. So anyway, so let's get started. I might stand up and show you maybe some ways that I utilize the flip chart when I'm working with people. I recently had the opportunity to go and shadow a consultant, and I gave her some recommendations. One of the recommendations I'm just going to start out with the flip chart is to share with you that I stand a lot, okay, and I sit sometimes when I do an appointment. I stand a lot and I hold my flip chart like this, okay, so I hold it. It might sound crazy that I hold it like this, but I couple it. And one of the reasons why I do this is because when I'm flipping and I'm not maybe reading everything off the page, I feel connected to the flip chart. People can tell that I'm connected to it, that I am in control of the party. This kind of helps me be in control. They're watching this. They're seeing that I'm the one in charge. That's the goal of this, is when I'm walking around with it, they know that I'm the consultant in charge, and I keep control of the party a little bit better. Now, you all know that sometimes it's difficult, right, to be in charge of the party, because they like to have fun, and I'm all about having fun. If you know me, I love to have fun. So I want to tell you that. So my recommendation is, sometimes you get up, if you are sitting down with a small group or you're walking around, the flip chart doesn't sit at the table. Okay, it shouldn't just sit there at a table. It should go with you. All right, so just unless you're, pouring stuff into people's trays or giving them product and stuff, then it may be challenging. But you can couple this, all right, because it is magnetic and it holds up. All right, a lot of people as well, you'll notice, I don't have mine with page protectors, but a lot of consultants in my unit have page protectors in their flip chart. So that way these pages don't get rough and ruined. I have not done that, but a lot of people do, so you can do that as an FYI, just as a thing to keep your pages nicer. And they also put added material in there to use. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what I do, on the very first page it says, let's party. That's the very first thing that I have. Now, one of the things that I want to give you a heads up on, the very first thing is all about just, everybody sees this when they first come in. The hostess will do the satin hands with the guests. Want to make sure that they either do that at the beginning or at the end, depending on what the schedule is. If all the guests have arrived on time, then it's great. If you're still getting things set up in the trays, that your hostess does the satin hands. It's a great before the party checklist with your hostess. It's almost like coaching your hostess beforehand. And as well, getting your hostess involved. Why do we do that? Well, we do that for a number of reasons. She's getting probably up to 50% off her products, so you're going to want to use her. She is going to be a great partner with you. You're partnering with her to do the skincare party. The second thing is that it also shows her how easy it is for her to do Mary Kay as well. So those are some reasons why you want to get her involved in the party. All right, so once people have done the satin hands, they're going to come and sit down. Everybody's around the table. You're going to begin by welcoming the hostess and thanking her. You could have a small gift for her in the middle of the table. It could be something that was one of the things on the back of her card that she put down as one of her wish list. Whatever it is, whether it be like just a little couple mini samples, deluxe minis from section 2, whatever it is that you want to give her. And so that can be just a thank you gift that you've wrapped up really sweet for her. Okay, so just a thank you. And then what you do is just ask them to share with you who they are, where they're from, and how they know the hostess, and maybe one thing that they would like to learn about. And that's where the profile card comes in. And I am just looking to see if I have a profile card. But the profile card is where you are going to have all that information right underneath where you are, the best way to contact them. So they're going to tell you that, how would be the best way for you to contact them, either through text, call, how often they want to be contacted. Right below that it says, I am interested in trying products that. And so right there is where they're going to check off products they'd like to learn about today. And so that is where you ask them those questions and you say to them, I'd love to get to know you better. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself in a couple minutes, but that's where I'd like to know more about you. So they go around and they introduce themselves. Okay? That's still all on this page. And then I give them an agenda of what we're going to do today. So this is what I want you to write down, because this is not necessarily on this page. But I feel like it's important for you to give them an agenda. There's a couple reasons why. Let me give you the agenda, and then I'll tell you why I give them the agenda. The first thing is the agenda is, so I say, here, I want to give you a quick agenda of what we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick agenda of what we're going to do today. Sorry, I talk fast. So the very first thing is I'm going to teach you how to take care of your skin. So everybody maybe you're trying something different, but I can't wait to give you an opinion of what we're going to do. I'll teach you how to take care of your skin, but I can't wait to get your opinion of what you're going to try today. The second thing is that I'm going to give you a look that you should be able to wear with most things in your closet. And that's going to be what we call our dash out the door. The third thing is I'm going to meet with you individually. And Jess has said that her living room is a great place for us to meet with you individually. I love to meet with you individually because that's where you can give me your opinion on what you thought of the product that you tried today. And also, if you would like to purchase products with me this evening, then that's where you'll let me know what you would like from your wish list. And the fourth thing is that we're here to have fun. And I don't know about you, but I love to have fun. So that's what we're going to do. All right? Now, why do I do all those things? Well, one, I want them to know what the schedule is going to be. Two, I want them to know that they're going to have an opportunity to buy products from me that day, and that I have already began to coach them on the second appointment, that we're going to individually meet. If they try products that if they have products that they don't get to try today, we're going to schedule to get with them again. Okay, so that is the importance of giving them the agenda. And as they have shared, as we went around and they've introduced themselves, we have talked about the products that they would like to try. And if they don't get to try all those products, that just gives you an opportunity to schedule that next appointment with them. Okay, so that is the page 5, and that is your welcome. All right, it says around an average of 3 to 4 minutes. I know I've talked a lot during that, so it doesn't take very long to do what I just did. Okay, so I'm gonna have Jess pause real quick because I wanna go grab a profile card and come back with you. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I wanna make sure I show you this profile card because this is, along with the flip chart, this is like the 2 tools. There's several tools that we're going to go over, but there's 2 tools that I want to make sure that you have, and is this. This flip chart, this profile card you want to have because this is where it says underneath how to contact. I'm interested in learning more about, and so as they introduce themselves, they're going to pick something out of here. It is a way for you to know how to rebook them. So coaching begins for the second appointment as on the very first page of this flip chart. Okay, so if you want to make notes on that, so you know that. So flip chart and profile card, very, very key. Okay, so on this page, it's not history, it's her story and our story. I do not go into a lot of details about Mary Kay because I do that as we share the charcoal mask and Mrs. Cab, which we'll go over that quickly. But so on this page, I just ask people, do you know who this person is? Do you know who this person is? And a lot of people do. They know who Mary Kay is, which I think is amazing that they know who this legacy leader is. So I just tell everybody she was a real person and she started this company 55 years ago. And in a little bit, I'm going to share some fun facts with her. But here's what I love about this company is she follows 2 things, the golden rule and the go give spirit. The golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So I want you to know that unless you want to wear as much makeup as I'm wearing today, that is not my goal. I want to treat you as I would want to be treated. And so my goal and my prayer is that you feel more enriched, because our mission is to enrich women's lives. And so I want you to feel more enriched when you leave here today than when you first arrived. And I can't wait to share with you all the principles that Mary Kay has put out there of God, family, and career. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in my story. All right, so that's really what I say on that page, which is very, very, very quick. All right, the next thing is this is Pink Changing Lives. So we're making the world a better place. And this is where I start to talk to them about why wash your face with Mary Kay. So at the top of this page, I want you to write, and this is page 9 of your flip chart, I want you to write, why wash your face with Mary Kay. All right, so what they have done on this page is they've given you 4 things, like how many of you appreciate doing business with companies that are socially and environmentally responsible, which is fabulous, okay? When you wash your face with Mary Kay, when you moisturize with Mary Kay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to share why wash your face with Mary Kay. And I do this flat out and I say, ladies, have you ever thought about like why you're here and why would you wash your face with Mary Kay? And a lot of times I get like, yeah. Or some people say, I wash my face with Mary Kay. And I'm like, yay. So I'm going to give you the reasons why, and you can figure out how you want to put it into this. But I believe that whether I create business that day at my appointment or I create future business, they have that phrase in their mind all throughout the appointment. Why wash your face with Mary Kay? So here's the reasons why. One is because you support an entrepreneur. You're supporting me. You're supporting a small business owner. And I don't know anybody, I believe, that doesn't want to support a small business owner, especially in this country, because we're all about it. We're all about supporting entrepreneurs. That's the American dream. Like, I believe it or not, most people would love the opportunity to be able to support a small business owner. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you support this company, which is made in the USA. I tell them about the manufacturing plant that is opening, that is all over. If you don't know this, check it out. It is all over In Touch, and it's all over the Facebook now, which is that we are opening a manufacturing plant, $125 million manufacturing plant in Lewiston, Texas, that is 3 football fields large. Do you know that all of our products are made in the USA? If you were to look at the tags on the back of your clothing, are they made in the USA? I don't think this jacket that I just purchased is made in the USA. Can you say that about anything, a lot of things that you use? No, but your products, the Mary Kay products, are made in the USA. So you support a company made in the USA. How cool is that? The third thing is, and that usually lights up people, okay? The third thing is you support a company that supports two very important things. One, our Charitable Ash Foundation, which supports two important causes. One is cancers that women face. We are reaching for cures. We are searching for cures the cancers that women face. So we give 13 $1 million grants a year. That is our goal with our Charitable Ash Foundation. Mary Kay started it in 1996. And so our goal is to give out $13 million grants a year. That was Mary Kay's lucky number 13. She was not superstitious. She looked at the number 13 as lucky. And we also give 150 $20,000 grants. Sorry, get that right. 150 $20,000 grants a year to domestic violence shelters. Two things that were near and dear to Mary Kay's heart. The last thing that we do is our Pink Going Green campaign. So for every cap or every plastic container that is returned to you as a consultant that you give back to the company, they are planting trees. So how cool is that? That is our Pink Going Green campaign. So who can't get behind a cause, and who can't be excited for you as an entrepreneur or for you supporting a company made in the USA? So why wash your face with Mary Kay? Those are the fun reasons. So that's that page, Pink Changing Lives. The next thing is fun facts about Mary Kay. And I just say, I don't know if you know this, and sometimes the flip chart does fall, so just know that and you can pick it up and put it up. Fun facts is that, do you know that we have over 3 million consultants in 35 countries around the world? We are global. I don't know if you know that, but that is a fun, great fact. So we are enriching women's lives, and that's where you can also put that in there. I don't spend a lot of time on that page. They actually say 1 minute on that page. This is where I come to the page where I say, this is my reason why I do Mary Kay. I am ecstatic. I started 22 years ago, and why I do it today is because I love the flexibility and the freedom. I came into Mary Kay because I was in debt. I am no longer in debt. So why I do it now is so I still have the flexibility and freedom to be home with my children. I still get to enrich women's lives. I love the transformation that I receive every day in my business, whether I'm working with consultants or I'm working with women as they transform their life through makeup. I mean, believe it or not, to see the transformation of the before and after. And I love that every day is a new day, that I wake up, I don't have a boss telling me, show up to work, you're going to do this day in and day out. I get to create the lifestyle that I've always dreamed of. And I get to dream about what I'm going to do in the future and lives that I'm going to change that I don't even know about. That excites me. I don't know if that's passion for you, but that's passion for me. I never dreamed and I never had passion before I came into this company. So those are the reasons why I do it. So that is my iStory. So what iStory do you have? What have you created? The company gives you on this page 13, they give you what's the word, Jess? Guide, thank you. A guide on how to put your iStory together. In the book, Start Something Beautiful, they actually give you a guide as well of how to put your iStory together. I challenge you that one of the things you want to do as you open up this flip chart is you come to page 13 and you map it out. Your iStory, it needs to be compelling. My iStory, I think, was compelling because I was in debt. And a lot of people can relate to that. And so it is important that this is one of the first pages that you do. You put pictures up here. They have pictures of the women on this page. There's nothing really that you can relate to on that. So you put goals. For me, it's to be $1 million unit. It's trips. It's prizes. It's things that I have loved about this business. I was never getting prizes in the company I was in. I was never going to get them. So what ignites you? What excites you? What gives you passion and drive? So it may not be my passion. It doesn't have to be my passion. It's your passion. They do say that if you don't really have a compelling iStory, use someone else's until you are excited about what you're doing. If you're brand new and you're like, I am just doing this to make an extra $100, then tell people that and say what it's going to do for you. If you don't have something compelling you right now, breathe into what's going to come in the future for you. Okay? So that is your iStory page. All right, on this page, page 15, really what I talk about is two things: the buyback guarantee and the fact of all the testing that we do. A new fact, here's a new fact. And comes directly from medical relations and from my beautiful daughter, Maddie, who checked it out. Do you know that the FDA only bans 11 products on the market, 11 chemicals on the market, and we ban 1,300 chemicals that go into products? So talk about that. It's important to talk about. It's important to share that on this page, because we do 500,000 tests a year on our products. Millions of dollars are spent on testing. That wakes people up, because when they go to a store, beauty stores that are all over the country now, people don't know what they're trying. People don't know what are in those products. They don't know the chemicals that are in those brands, and they're putting them on their skin and they're having reactions. And so you want to back our product, and you want to tell people that. You also want to talk about, I love this, number 4, I believe it's number 4 on here. I think it talks about, maybe not, but okay, the graveyard drawer of makeup. So I want you to put this on this page because it's awesome. You're only supposed to spend a minute on this page and you can do it. The graveyard drawer of makeup. So you want to ask them, how many of you guys have a graveyard drawer of makeup? And they'll say, me, I do. And I say, how much have you spent on that graveyard drawer of makeup? One woman told me one time $500. I was like, oh my goodness. So over the years, they just don't throw it away. They have it. They think they might use it. So $500. I say, what could you have done with that? They'll say, pay a bill. I don't know, buy something else? Absolutely. So $500 drawer of makeup. I say, guess what? Never again with Mary Kay, because we have what we call our 100% buyback guarantee, which means if you are not happy with the product that you use, you can return it and get 100% of your money back, or an even exchange of something else. And so they light up with that. So anything that you try today that you buy, as long as it's half full, you can return it. How cool is that? And then we move on. All right, so buyback guarantee, and talk about the testing. All right, on to page 17. This is where the fun begins. And I say, I know you guys are tired of hearing from me, so let's get started. And this is where I may start to move around. I may have already moved around. Ladies, I want you to know I move around a lot. I'll move from one side of the table to the next side of the table. I want to keep them active and going, all right? So this is where you are going to say, okay, pick up your mirrors, pick up your trays. I want you to look in your mirror, and and they'll go, oh, I don't like to do that. And I'm like, I know, I don't like to look in the mirror either, but sometimes it's important because you need to know what to put on. So I say, okay, how old you are is your business, but how old you look is mine. Okay? Now, if we were to take a little wand and put it over yourself, what would be a couple things you want to change about your skin? And they start yelling out stuff. I say, come on, come on, come on. Now you can talk. Okay, so let's get involved. All right. And I say, great, because now we're going to get started, and I'm going to tell you about the products that are going to help those things that you want to change. Are you ready? All right, let's go into products. And then we start. Now, this is where I get them involved and I start talking so much. I stop, not start. I've already talked a lot. This is where they start talking more. All right. Now, you will see when I do a party, and you'll watch it, is that I have a charger. You can go to Hobby Lobby, get a little plate charger, which is what people use if they do fancy dining, and they have the chargers, they're called, and I can show you that. But I put my products on chargers in the middle of the table or on the side of the table, and I have them displayed, and I will pause here in a second and go get that and show you that, and I'll display the products just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I have the products displayed, and I say, this is where we're going to begin. We're going to begin with our 3D, and I would love for people to start to read and tell me what the 3D is, and then we'll come back. So the very first D of the 3D is this. Who can read this for me? And I just go up to them and say, can you read what the 3D is? The first D is defense. Okay, and then we go through that. And I'm like, okay, so which one are you excited about? And they tell me which one they're excited about. Okay, so the last D was delivers. Let me tell you about the delivering of the results in 4 weeks. And then on the back of this, okay, number 17 on page 19, it lists what the results are going to be. And they just told you all the things that bother them about their skin, right? Because they looked in the mirror. Guess what? That's what we're going to talk about. That's what this 3D is going to do for them. Those are the results they're going to get to combat what they just were complaining about. And you're like, oh, those things that you just talked about, guess what? You're going to see results that are going to help that. Before we move into the product, I say, now guess what? And I talk about the 20% of aging comes from the natural process. It's important for them to realize this. Okay, so there is something that's not on here that you guys need to talk about with them. Okay, and here's what I'm going to give you some facts that you want to write down. 20% of aging now, they've discovered, is from the natural process. That means 80% is on us. So how do you think we age, ladies? And you want to ask them this. How do you think you age? Number one thing that women are going to say, stress. That's why, and I say, that's why you're here tonight. You're here to get pampered because y'all are stressed. So stress, they're going to say hydration. They're not going to say water, which they need. The environment. And that's where you lead into the company created this product because they did research for 5 years and discovered that the environment and the free radicals and what's in the air, the pollutions, what they're putting on the fields, if you live in a rural area, the pollutions, they're causing us to age. And so we have to defend against that. And one of the D's is defending. It defends against the age accelerating free radicals on the skin. And when we put the layers on our skin, we're defending against that. So that's very important for you to talk about that. 20% is, I used to say I have good skin because my grandma had good skin and my mom has good skin. My mom's 74, doesn't look it. All right, so very important that you know it's not about that anymore. They found that the environment, right? And I'm really not a tree hugger, okay? But I want to tell you that I found that the environment is causing aging, and if you run and if you work outside and if you work outside, like literally that's your job, is to work outside and be out and exposed to the elements, you are going to need to protect your skin, and that's very important for you to tell them. Okay, so is it okay that I said that? What I said? All right, just for fun. Okay, so anyways, ready to get started, ladies? This is where you want them to have a bowl, and I'm going to show you my setup in a different video of how I set up and what's all involved, and that's where I'll do the, I'll show the little charger with the setup and have all that just so you can see my table setup. All right, so we're ready to get started. This is where I have the cleanser, so we go through the cleanser. Here's what I would make sure that you do. This is where you want to highlight. This is where you want to take the time to highlight different key phrases that you want to use. They've done an incredible job on the 4-in-1 cleanser and how they describe the 4-in-1 cleanser. And I do ask someone to read what the 4-in-1 cleanser does, and I get the customer or the potential customer, the guest involved in this, okay? So the 4-in-1 cleanser, I have them read it and I tell them a little bit about it. They start to put it on. They are going to need to wet their skin first before they do this, all right? So I have them do that. So I tell them the essential of washing their face morning and night. Then I share with them the windshield effect. You're going to want to read about that and share with them the importance of washing their face at night because their skin is like a windshield. Make sure you go through that analogy with them. It will change your selling of the day and the night cream. I'm just going to tell you that, all right? Then what we do is we stop the cleanse after the cleansing. We come off the flip chart and we start with what we call the charcoal mask, okay? And you want to grab this, I can send this to you, but you want to have the charcoal mask info because that is what's going to take effect next after you do the cleanser. All right, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to have Jess pause. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you a little bit of Mrs. Cab, okay? Okay, so we're back to talk about the charcoal mask. So they put the charcoal mask on, and at this time I have them just do it on half the face. Once they get the charcoal mask on, this is where I share more information about the company. So you get to decide how you want to do that. I'm going to recommend as a high flyer that you go ahead and you share this a little bit more information about the company, because what I have found is at the end of the night, this is where you may lose people or people have to go and then you don't get to share some fun facts about the company. You also get credit for this because we have a closing sheet that I am going to go over in a different video, but it's the closing sheet that you have them fill out. You get credit for that. When they fill that out, they have an opportunity to win $50 in free products. You have a chance to win a $50 gift card. So you want to have them do that. So I highly recommend that because a lot of times people will say, I want to know more about this opportunity. So you get to give them fun facts. What I also have in place is I have these fun little cards that I use, and on the back of it, I have information about it, okay, and what that word means, what that letter stands for, and what it means as far as what it's about with Mary Kay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. So what I do with the Mrs. Cab game is I have them grab their purse. So everybody gets the charcoal mask on. I put it on them. I walk around and put it on them. You can either put it in their tray. They can put it on. You want to make sure that you have a washcloth available for them. You know, the company gives you facial cloths. I feel it's important to have washcloths available for them because then it's easy for you to get hot water. They lay it on their face, and then as soon as that hot water is exposed to the charcoal mask, it just softens it and then it's removed very easily. So that's my recommendation. Get yourself some cheap washcloths. I think a little bit more expensive. You can go to Kohl's, get them in a 6-pack for like $5. I recommend it versus the dollar store because they don't last as long. And you'll have them. I've had mine for a year and they're fabulous. They still look great. So get gray ones too. Gray ones look good. All right, so anyways, as you start, so you have them run, they get their purses before you start the charcoal mask. They then, once everybody has it on, the charcoal mask can actually be on for 20 minutes. You're gonna have it on for about 10 and you're gonna play the Fun Mrs. Cab game. Here's how you play the game. Everybody has a purse or a wallet. You can even use a wallet because there's a lot in a wallet. So here's what I do. I say, okay, the fun game is that I'm gonna give you a letter. You're gonna find something in your purse that starts with that letter. When you find the letter, you're the queen of that letter. You're gonna give yourself 2 points, okay? I mean, you're an item in your purse that starts with that letter. When you find that item that starts with that letter, you're gonna be the queen of that letter, all right? Everybody else has 10 seconds to find either the same item or something that starts with that letter. Then I'm gonna take just a minute or so to share with you something about that letter that's about Mary Kay, okay? You following me? So, everybody ready? So I give them the thing. I say, okay, for example, if I would say Z, and most people have a zipper, whether it's on their wallet, right, because they have to close it up, or their purse, right? Everybody has a zipper. And I say Z, and Jess says zipper, and everybody else has a zipper. You know, Jess gets 2 points, everybody else gets a point. Follow me on that? All right, awesome. So the very first letter that I'm going to tell you about today is M. They go hunting, they find something. Then I explain to them about what M stands for. Each of you in your Next Step booklet has been given what M stands for, what R stands for, what S stands for. So each of these. Now, if you want these cards and want to make your own little things, I have laminated these and it's fantastic. It's a visual, okay? And sometimes I have them guess, what do you think M stands for? And then I share with them what it is. So this is fun. Again, this game takes about 10 minutes. Now, the last letter B, I give 5 points. So I say, oh my gosh, okay, the last letter is worth 5 points because sometimes you'll have people who will be a tie. All right, what do I give them then for being the winner? I give them something from the deluxe minis. It could be the lip gloss set or it could be the mini satin hand set. That ranges about $4, $5. So, or you could do something like an eyeshadow that's $4 or something like that. You could do whatever you want to do with that. I just wouldn't spend more than $5 on the thing. But it's got them intrigued on the opportunity. And then you have them fill out the little sheet. So there's a winner. You give them the winner. You tell them who the winner is. They find out what the points are. They take off the charcoal mask and we're ready to move on to the 3D. Got it? Okay, that's Mrs. Cab. All right, so we're back to, and before you play Mrs. Cab, you explain to them the benefits of the charcoal mask, all right? So there is information on InTouch about it. You can actually print the PDF version that you can go to on InTouch under Product Central and get the product knowledge under Deep Charcoal Mask. Deep Cleansing Charcoal Mask. You can go and get that and it's awesome because it tells you everything that's in it. You can take the picture and show it to them. You'll actually have the full-size version of it too. You'll want to have that as part of your kit. Okay, back to now the next thing is the day cream, the night cream. All right, so I want to tell you that I feel like there's not enough information on this sheet that the company is giving you. It looks like it, right? So what I did is I went and I grabbed a 3D set that you will have in your inventory and I opened up the insert and I got valuable information from that insert that every one of your customers gets that tells you about what the day and the night cream are. So what I did is I went and I put it on this page so that you got valuable information, added benefits to share with them because I feel like it's important and essential for them to know more about the day and the night cream than what's listed on page 23. So that is just information. You share both of them. I have them try the day on their face. They go back to all over their face. And I have them try the night cream on their neck and on their décolleté area if it's available for them. As we go into winter, some people don't have that area exposed. We then moved to the eye cream. On the eye cream, again, I felt like there was more valuable information from that insert that's in the 3D set that I wrote down more valuable information in there. There is some great things, which actually I love that they tell you how to apply the eye cream. So I've highlighted that area on page 25 of the flip chart. The next thing that we go to is then what I do, I will tell you, is I stop here before I go to foundation and I have some skincare supplements. So I'm going to tell you that you don't have to do this, especially if you didn't start with any products or have any products on hand. But if you do, I recommend that you pull out from your inventory some satin lips. I have recommend that you pull out eye primer. I recommend that you pull out foundation primer. I recommend that you pull out under eye corrector. And so before you get to foundation, you do those other products with them. That is up to you. If not, you can move right into CC cream. Again, another great place to find valuable information on more facts about CC cream, which is what is in your starter kit, is to go to the to Product Central and get the benefits of what CC cream, the list of that, because again, they don't list all the benefits of the CC cream in there, which I think are very valuable, because CC cream, there are 11 great benefits to the CC cream products. Oh my gosh, if you have uneven skin tones, it helps with that. It is a moisturizer for your skin. It makes your skin look more flawless. It is lightweight. It is like a moussey kind of foundation. So there's great things. It has sunscreen in it. So you want to be able to share all those benefits that are not listed on this page. So my recommendation, just like going and finding what the charcoal mask is that you also find out about what's in the CC cream, and you can do that under Product Central. All right, so just go in and find out CC cream. It is complexion corrector foundation. All right, so just so you don't know that, and you want to highlight that so you say what it is. We have translucent powder in there, and I would definitely recommend that. They say you can use it with a cotton ball. I recommend that you get the all over powder brush that is available by itself. It also comes in with the full set of the brush set. Oh, it's a game changer for you, and to use that on people. If you use it, you will sell it. All right. I also recommend that you pull out some foundation brushes so that each person has a foundation brush to use. You don't have to pull out all the brushes right away, because they do give you tools to use, sponge tip applicators, but I will recommend that if you pull out a full size brush set as you go into color for your hostess, you will sell more. Okay. So then the last thing is really then to start to close this portion of the party, and it is called the skincare close. Okay, so I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna share with you the skincare close. All right, so that is the first part of the flip chart.